Hello, hello, bienvenidos. I feel like I should extend welcome in a few other languages because, a little birdie told me that at least Finland, Kenya, the Philippines, and Slovenia, amongst the non-English speaking world, are in the house. Oh, stick a pin for a moment. Come on, roll with me. Marie's head is going sideways, off on a little tangent for just a moment. Now, patience. Patience. It'll be worth it, I promise you. And in the end, I'll just get right back to the greeting. We get going again. Now, do you recall those Japanese symbols in the orange dialogue bubble in the previous video? It made me stop to think. It seemed hard enough to learn 26 letters of the English alphabet, okay? You had to learn capital and common letters or uppercase and lowercase. And then there was the join up, what we call join up in Jamaica, or script versus print. I realized a lot of children in America don't know how to write in script or read it for that matter. Wow. Even when we lived a mere 10 minutes apart, my mother would always take the time to send me greeting cards and letters through the mail. Isn't that amazing? I loved that. And she never shared a photograph without leaving a special message on the back. About the alphabet. If you don't already speak Japanese, you might actually be surprised to learn that children in Japan have to learn at least 92 letters in 2 alphabet systems and then about another 2,000 Chinese-inspired kanji characters just to make reading and writing easier. Go figure.
Kanji characters for regular use.
If you have an interest in Japanese, please do stop by Hiroki Sensei for all Japanese learners. He has great tutorials. Oh boy. Oh dear. Did I mention I have plenty to share? Yes? So what was written in the orange dialogue bubble was Hajime mashite, Marie desu. Nice to meet you, I'm Marie. Hajime mas has the sense of a beginning, and it and the word des, which roughly translated means being, as in I am, you are, etc. It is. Those 2 words are written in hiragana, and my name, Marie, which is a foreign word, is written in katakana. Can you really imagine having to keep all those symbols in your head, then knowing when to apply what, and finally using kanji characters because it's shorter than spelling out words? It's a lot. Okay, so a quick shout out to some of the supporters of this new channel. Let's see. Queen Scarlet desu. Looks like you were the first to jump on and post a comment. Gracias. Let's see who else. Nina Savage desu. Cara Noble desu. Florencia Marble desu. Thank you. True Self Unmasked desk. Thank you. Crystal Life desu. Efredi desu. Thank you. Only Marida desu. Envy Girl and Jabali Jabez, thank you for stopping by and supporting. Asphalt, thank you so much. Asphalt des. 9 Block Performance 948, thank you. Raymond Buckner des, Country Gal and GC 6423, thank you. Remember thy creator in the day des, thank you. Tynesha Ashley, thank you. Call me Mitch, I thank you all. Thank you so much for stopping by, and for all the other subscribers. Our numbers are growing. Thank you so much for taking the time to subscribe and comment. And for those who went one step further and shared, estoy emocionada, de verdad. I am so excited. Thank you so very much for your support. It does a heart good. So welcome back to Marie at the Ketchum House. I hope you will enjoy, like, and share this new presentation. Asante sana.
Such a feeling's coming over me.
That's how I felt when I woke up one morning and looked out the 2nd floor window in Richmond Hill, Queens, and saw a blanket of breathtaking, shiny, almost glowing white. And there was silence all around like this. I couldn't conceive of how cold it was, but I just wanted to take it all in. It was the most amazing thing to experience snow for the first time. Actually, that wasn't my first time. The very first experience with real life snow was when I arrived in the United States in the month of April and came out the airport to encounter snow. Gray, slushy, freezing cold snow. So different from all the picture postcards my mother used to send us back in Jamaica. I mean, listen, we were heading to the land of milk and honey and gold-clad streets, like Oliver.
There's nothing wrong with our air conditioning, sir. You're hot because of the way you're attired.
What you chop, Biddy? Tiredness can make somebody hot.
You're hot because of what you're wearing, sir.
You don't serve for what me wearing. Me have ample reason to be wearing what me wearing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Where I am going, there's a terrible blizzard. Last night the temperature was 40 below now.
But you're still in Jamaica and the temperature is in the 90s.
Well, I not taking no chances. Next thing the cold breeze go catch me something.
How many pieces, sir?
Piece of what?
Pieces of luggage, sir.
Look here, no. They might look piece of to you, know. But it's genuine leather. It's my sister husband sending from England. Oh, the only reason why them look for is because me is a regular traveler.
How many pieces of luggage, sir?
2. See them here? 1, 2. Right, yes, I may have them. Me no hide none, I me no have none in my pocket.
Please take off one so I can weigh them individually.
A spiteful, she's spiteful, you know. You sure your hang up. Luggage is overweight, yeah, luggage is overweight. How much I must pay?
No, you can't do it like that. You'll have to take some of the things out in the suitcases and put in a box or something.
You know, you're a wicked woman. A wicked fat woman.
Do you want a box, sir?
Box, me no? Things that you're helping me strike me. Try a box.
A box to take out and put in the things that are in the suitcase.
I don't want nothing from you. I want somebody sensible to talk to. Who is in charge, eh?
My supervisor.
Well, make a talk to your supervisor.
Look, she's only going to tell you exactly what I just told you.
How you know what she went tell me? It's something the whole on a plan.
Our policy on overweight is very clear, sir.
You know, if I was like you, you know, I don't use that word overweight so often, you know.
May I have your passport, please, sir?
Yes. But please to give it back to me, sister, because I'm sure I'm going to want it when I reach up to foreign.
How long you planning to stay in the US, sir?
US? No, Bronx.
How long you planning to stay in the Bronx?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Then why are you looking at me like that, sir? Like me telling lie?
Same thing all of them will run with, sir.
Then you think that me could have leave my nice country of wood, water and sunshine if you go live in a ice box? So why are you looking through my passport, sir?
Tell me something. Is who check you in? The new girl out there now?
The heaviest one out there.
She again.
What happened? Something wrong?
Something wrong? You're not going anywhere today, sir?
Yes, man. Me going to America, Bronx.
Where your visa? You don't have no visa.
Visa? What that?
Man, go back a yard, take off that nice winter coat and enjoy the heat. Next.
No, sir. You don't understand, you know. I'm not going away for long, you know. It's just a small visit. Maybe send the invitation letter to me and she said I don't need nothing else.
Next.
No, wait. Sir, listen to me now. You don't understand, you know. I can't go back home just so. I tell everybody say I'm going to foreign. And what about my luggage? If you go clear a Bronx and come back, the jackfruit will spoil. Miss, Darius, my friend, you have an extra visa I could borrow?
Go ask your granny for.
Oh yes, Oliver at Large and Oliver Samuels. Do you know that Oliver Samuels actually visited my parents here at the Ketchum House? Yes, right here in the 1990s. Oliver was a very close friend of an extended family member. And I remember the excitement when he showed up and spent the day here with the family. It was so cool. Well, Oliver was a hit, right? he had become a big part of Jamaican comedy history. When he hit the scene, back before the World Wide Web, everybody was clamoring to get a look at the Oliver at Large episodes. The Jamaican community was a very tight-knit community then. And if one person had a copy of the shows, it was a matter of borrowing and making a copy, and voila, just about everyone could get to enjoy Oliver at Large. Every homesick Jamaican got a little touch of home and a lot of laughter to boot. My favorite episode was called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? I could truly relate to this episode. Jamaica was a very classist country. A domestic could expect her children to be domestics, with very little opportunity for change. Class was a divider in Jamaica, not so much race. This may seem odd to folks who grew up in America, but I didn't actually understand the concept of race at all.
Jane, stop wearing out your shoe sole and fix me a drink.
Paul, please, don't treat this occasion lightly. The least you can do for our daughter this evening is be sober.
It was a new entity that I am not sure I understand to this day. I truly only bumped into it as an issue when I was leaving university and heading out for my first real job. Suddenly I was black, when all the time before I was Jamaican.
It's them?
It's them.
They came on a bike?
They came on a bike.
Donna on a bike? Lord have mercy, something.
Black and white were foreign distinctions to me. I only knew Jamaican, and they were either shiny, coolie, red, browning. In Jamaica, just open your mouth to speak, and physical distinctions disappear.
Mom, Dad, I would like you to meet Oliver.
What you are left with is the great class divide, even evident in the person's speech.
Oliver, I'd like you to meet my mother and my stepfather.
Good evening, Oliver.
Daddy, that's just a hip way to shake hands.
Oh!
Ma, Donna,
No. Don't make a scene, Jane. Try to control yourself.
is there a problem, Mother?
Listen, daughter.
Don't call her doctor. What if anyone should hear you calling my child your daughter? They may think that you and I... Paul!
Jamaica's motto, something that I think all Jamaicans are proud of, is out of many, one people.
Know that modern Jamaicans have DNA from 4 continents? And here's the surprising part, 6% of that DNA comes from East Asia. But how did this happen? While over 80% of Jamaican DNA
It speaks to
has
the unity
African
that
roots,
is Jamaican,
the island's
regardless of
history took an
ethnic
incredible
background.
turn in the 1850s. That's when ships from southern China brought Hakka people to Jamaica's shores, forever changing the island's genetic landscape. These weren't just immigrants, they were the architects of a unique genetic blueprint that makes Jamaicans different from any other population in the Americas. But the story doesn't stop there. Indian and German immigrants also added their mark, creating a rich tapestry of identities that you won't find anywhere else in the world. This isn't just history, it's a celebration of Jamaica's incredible diversity, from its people to its...
And what that really means to me is we love pretty people. A nice blend of features like hair type and color. Jamaicans are happy to produce beautiful mixes.
Maybe that's why Jamaican men have developed such a gift of the gab.
You're from Jamaican sing team. Baby love, come here now. Come give me a talk now.
But I climb a macachin, naked feel now. Trust me.
You never hear them? Listen. You see, if you have occasion to come across a Jamaican man, you may have heard something like this. Hello, baby love. Healthy body. Browning. Come here now, baby. Princess. Yo, Empress. Blessed love. Look good enough. Nah, tell no lie. Good as sweetness. Champion. Strong body. My size. Come here now. Wagwan, baby. Yeah, baby. Put yourself. It means Love. Why, baby, your skin clean. Coming like something out of a dream. Yo, a long time I look here, you know. Stressy, you know. Yo, baby. Why you can't walk so fast? Let me walk beside you, know. Photos. Never hurt, angel. Heaven must be missing an angel.
I happen to have changeable brown eyes that sometimes show themselves. And in my case, it was always, Browning! Come here now! You and me can make some pretty baby. Pretty eye. This would happen all the time, even if there was a person of the male persuasion sitting right next to me in a car. Imagine. Jamaican men.
Hey, reptile face, girl. You know, hear me a call to you. You think me a beg
I
you
came
not?
across Jamaican Things channel when I was looking for material about Jamaica to share with my nieces and nephews during COVID lockdown. I thought she did a great job of introducing Jamaican language and culture in a fun and a very funny way. Anyway, since we were locked down, I figured this would be a good time to continue sharing about Jamaican culture. I don't know why, but I'm always afraid that all these advances in technology or whatnot will wipe out the old cultures, old communities. By the way, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Google Translate recently added Jamaican patois as one of its translatable languages. Apparently, it has stirred up some controversy because some people don't think patois is a language. But yes, it's a bona fide language. Just like English is like an amalgamation of so many other languages. And if you don't think it's a language, it's because you speak patois. Just ask someone who doesn't really understand if it's a language or not. So I think it's a good thing, but I don't want to get involved in the controversy. But it does have its own vocabulary. It does have its own structure, its own syntax, its own semantics. Okay, it's a bona fide language, folks. But I'm not getting involved. But check it out anyway. And geez, yes, COVID. Oh, COVID seems like such a long time ago already. I mean, it's like a distant, very distant memory. But it definitely was a turning point in life for sure. Where were you during the lockdown? Now I'm wondering how people in the countryside of Jamaica coped. How did people in villages cope? Did it affect them in the same way it affected us in the cities? I'm curious. Do comment and let me know.
It's Friday, April 17th, 2020, and I'm standing on Market Street at what's supposed to be rush hour. The streets are completely empty. You can definitely tell that something crazy is going on right now.
Oh my goodness. But I'm telling you, it was the strangest thing. During lockdown, I became more involved in the community. Can you imagine? And I see that happened with some other folks that I met along the way. Take Angela Miskis, for example. I'm going to put her promo video right here so you can see the amazing things she has been doing.
My name is Angela Miskis, and I am an artist, a community organizer, and the founder of Abuela Neighborhood Maintenance. We do community cleanups in Southeast Queens, specifically Hollis and Queens Village. And I got involved in the neighborhood during the pandemic because I started working from home. And so all the time that I didn't spend commuting, I was able to invest into my community. The problem I identified in my neighborhood was illegal dumping. When I noticed that the littering problem was getting worse due to the pandemic and the budget cuts, I decided to do something about it. I started first in my neighborhood on Francis Lewis, but eventually I realized that the problem was much too big for one person to tackle, so that's when I decided to learn how to do community cleanups. I was inspired by my grandmother, who used to do the same work in my neighborhood in Ecuador. When I spoke to her about the project, she just said that her motivation was only because she wanted to live in a clean neighborhood. And that to me was super important because I felt that that was good enough for me to also start getting involved in my community.
Then there is Sonia Ferraro, born of Jamaican parents, who was inspired during COVID to follow her parents' example and try to help with the food supply in the neighborhood.
My name is Sonia Ferraro. I'm the founder of Paradise Community Garden, located in Jamaica, Queens. It was founded in 2020, just at the beginning of the pandemic. My parents are from Jamaica. We always garden. As a child, I was always in the garden with my parents. It was fun garden. I like community gardens because you meet people, you get to talk about plants, and you share. It's a culturally diverse community. There's so many new foods that now I eat regularly that I would not have grown. It's nice to share the company of people who have the same feelings about the earth and the land and plants.
Sonia was gracious enough to offer to help create a formal community garden right here at the Ketchum House. Thank you, Sonia.
To the end.
I remember when I was called into action in aid of the community during COVID. Our group came together because of an improper demolition in progress. I had been the victim of a physical assault and was recovering from surgery when I received a very urgent call from a neighbor to come and see what could be done. Neighbors who barely knew each other came together within the hour with the common goal of preserving our community. Our town, Hollis, is known for its tree-lined streets, its large single-family homes, and its community spirit. Features that are important to our community, so we've come together to preserve them.
Marie was working on this landmark for years. This is nothing new. She's been working on this, looking at the history of all the homes. So this was not anything new to her. When the demolition started occurring, and then we started to hearing that other people were at risk for demolition, that's how we started to take actions. That's how we started to form a community and an association, because no one was notifying the community, first of all, of the demolition. And the part that's disturbing is that is a violation. The environmental EPA needed to be informed about this, because we're talking about these homes that are built in 1910, 1920. They have lead, they have asbestos, and some of them even have arsenic. So this started raising a lot of commotion and question, because people started taking their own footage of what was going on. And this is how all of this formed. Because if a person is getting a home repair due to insurance and they have to uphold certain practices, why isn't that required for developers?
What do you think? Please comment below. Do you think residents should be allowed to preserve the look and feel of their community? Coretta Scott King once said, "The greatness of community is measured by the actions of its members." I can see the changes made by our group in Hollis, but I think no better example of what Coretta Scott King spoke about. No greater example exists in the mind of this active community organizer, me, than what has happened in the village of Nyabohanse in Kenya in East Africa. This is Diana Kemi's flyover intro on her YouTube channel. Do you see all those structures below? There are homes being built on the power of the inspiration brought about by one community member.
Yes, naambia si pesa ngapi unaingisha. Yeah. Ni malengo yako yale ndio yanavuta hiyo. Your dream. Yes, when you dream something and every day you manifest about it, it does not matter how much money you make. Yes. That actually makes the dream come true. Yes. Yes. And I'm a living testimony, is a living testimony of that. Yeah.
Tremendous and impressive improvements in village life inspired by one YouTuber.
Me, I can give them something. But if they learn this YouTube thing, this YouTube can every day uplift them, even with or without Marwa. In the village, they say we are Freemasons. Imagine. And my boss is chairman. When I look at this, I see it as God's grace, man. Yeah, yes. But you know, this is God transferred in your life. Yeah.
I can't forget to actually thank I am Marwa for like for bringing this impact of social media, especially YouTube, to our village. Personally, I want to thank you so much. He has really made it easy for a lot of people. I'm not saying that YouTube is easy, but at least there's that courage. You see, that's why even some people are opening up every day new YouTube channels, because at least they can see that if we put in the hard work here and believe in ourselves and have that dream of maybe achieving more in life, your life can change. So thank you so much to our big brother Marwa. We are lucky that he comes from our village. Trust me, he has changed the life of very many people in our village here. Mayugno, Nasto.
Actually, guys, my biggest desire is to see Gitiriba have his own house. And I told him, I'm really pushing them, including I am Masubo here, I'm really pushing them to learn the art of YouTube. Because you see, it's them, even with or without Marwa being around. So one of my biggest desires is actually to help this young man here, especially Gitiriba. He has been with me for a long time, a very loyal guy. We started building this house together with him in the foundation. Up to where it is, he has seen, we have gone through tough times, hard times. Even me, when he will be building personally as Marwa, I'll be at the front line to see your house. You know, the funny thing, guys, lands in our village have skyrocketed, and Gitiriba's dream is actually to build to build a house around Marwa here.
Yes.
But don't worry.
Yes.
You know, God has a plan.
Yeah.
So you just stay calm. And leave God to do his thing.
I go to Bodatan to see this guy to. Okay. All right.
That's my friend.
Yes.
That's good.
All right, guys. Now our mission is complete.
This altruistic YouTuber is none other than I am Marwa from the little village of Nyabohanse, Kenya.
As we start another year, I would love to thank everyone who has taken part on this YouTube journey. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, and everyone who took part of it by watching, by supporting, by mentoring, by encouraging, because I know it was a big teamwork. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for always being there, guys.
Everywhere in the world, there's always teamwork. So that's why we have families. That's why we have especially a family supporting each other.
Changes that have grown out of his journey on YouTube, his love for community, and his guidance and support.
It seems like the whole village depends on one person. And when I walk around, I'm seeing at least 100 people being employed by Marwa, which he's doing tremendous things for this community. I wouldn't miss this here for the world. Yes. I told him I was going to be here, and I went through obstacles to get here. And I promised him I would be here, and I made it happen. Yes. I want to thank him for being the person he is and always helping out everybody else around him. I want to thank his family and everyone for welcoming me here to Kenya. And I love you, bro.
I am Marwa.
Yeah, so the question is very simple. Who am I? My name is Frederick Marwa in full, but on social media I go by the name @IAM_Marwa. Apart from my Facebook, every other social media has the same username.
My name is Richard. Richard.
Yes.
Originally from Jamaica, Wagwan, Jamaica, but I live in Seattle, Washington right now.
Yes, yeah. Becoming old and old every day, and it's just life, man. I'm thankful to God for the gift of life, but at the same time, I'm like, what have I accomplished, But I'm here to say thank you, and I want to celebrate my birthday with you guys because you're part of my family.
When Marwa traveled around the world, he would help other individuals to start YouTube channels to help them secure their future through YouTube. He attracted many dedicated fans. Right now, he has over 500,000 subscribers.
I record my name like everywhere. That's actually my name, and I'm from Kenya.
I've been to Mexico, I've been to Panama, I've been to Colombia. I've lived in Colombia for 2 years.
He had already traveled to 70 countries.
Cuba, where I am right now, where I'm filming this.
With revisits, he had actually traveled to over 120 countries.
You're doing. This is the main why I want to interview you. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll see you in Cuba. Yeah. The next day I'll see you in Colombia. Yeah. The next following day I'll see you in America. Yeah. You travel worldwide. Yeah. I would say that you're a world traveler right now. Yeah. Actually, in December before I came to Africa, Google sent me a post saying I've traveled 67% of the world. That's amazing. Yeah. Actually, in 1 year. In 1 year. Yeah. Congratulations. Man, thank you. Congratulations.
One of the biggest changes he influenced ended up being back in his small village of Nyabohanse, which is located near the border of Kenya and Tanzania.
So guys, this day I found myself so emotional. I was just praying, thanking God, and I couldn't believe this day has come true. I used to see people, flying and also seeing aeroplanes on the skies when I was a little kid, and I used to tell myself that one day I will also also fly, and just found myself crying tears of joy, happy at the same time, emotional at the same time, like, oh my God, this was one of my memorable days. Thank you. I am Marwa's family for mentoring me and making me the person whom I am today. It's because of you guys that also my dream has come true, and I really appreciate you.
And the name of my elder brother that I'm talking about, his name is Marwa. Please go check him out on YouTube. And for those who really love what I do, and you guys are always like, D, how did it start? I'm happy to say he's the reason of who I am today. Honestly, guys, like, I had no idea about content creation, anything. Like, I was this girl born and raised in the village. Like, my ever first laptop in my life, my brother bought it. My first camera in my life, my brother bought it. Like, I don't know, but in short, he changed my life, like, from I don't know, I don't have the proper words to put it, but what I can say is he really changed my life completely. I'm glad because of who I am today, and the small steps that I've made in life for me to get where I am today. I'm forever grateful and thankful, and all this is because of my brother. He wanted to help me start up something that could help me get an income, and I was still in school in the university, and I was like, maybe I can start this money transaction business called M-Pesa, where you can send and receive money. And when I said that, he was like, no, for you, you'll do exactly what I do. And I could always get fascinated seeing my brother traveling the world, seeing my brother in Las Vegas. I could be like, how is he doing it? But I couldn't find answers, So when he told me, you'll do what I do, at first I was scared. I was like, now where am I going to start? I don't know even how to operate a laptop. Like, I have no idea about anything, but he saw the good things in me before I had any idea, about
November. It's the most important day in my life. I woke up in the morning and prayed and just told God, give me more years, God. I still need this.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes, so.
Yeah. Hey, my brother looking so good today. I'm so proud of him today, like changing this look once in a while. People always be like, D, your brother this, your brother that. I'm like, if we really want to look this every day, not in a bad way, we can. But because of the nature of the work we do, you keep it low-key.
So imagine me like this with a backpack.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, it's impossible, Okay.
Yeah. Today I have a small surprise for you.
For me?
Yes.
What happened?
Okay, let's go.
Let's keep it special.
No, it's not too much though. Just something so small.
Okay.
For you, being your birthday, I was doing this small little vlog. So my brother was just taking some pictures for Instagram.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Marwa. This is my sister. Some people don't believe like you're my sister.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, this is my younger sister, Mwanga.
Yeah, yes. So today is Marwa's birthday, guys, as I told you yesterday.
Yes.
So yeah, I planned this yesterday. It's not today or something. So I decided to bring you some How old are you turning today?
32.
So I bought 33 bags of cement.
Oh my God, sister.
For you. Ilisema kila mwaka, every year with a bag.
God. Thank you. I had no
You're
idea
welcome.
my sister bought me. Oh my God. I just arrived. I woke up today morning. You know, I had this machine coming and it has nothing to do with me.
I saw you.
Yeah, even I asked who is that, like moving around.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, I organized yesterday.
Oh.
Everything, so today I was just making a fun call breed.
Oh.
So because the
Let's
building,
film from
I
this
thought,
side because it's the sun.
yeah, so
Thank you
I
so
thought
much.
this could be very practical because they're still building down
Yes,
there.
I'm still building. Actually, I need cement to do a lot of stuff here.
So I was like, okay, Marwa is turning 32 today. And also, George was very kind to me. I was like, you know, tomorrow is my brother's birthday, so I need one cement from you. And he was like, okay, plus one.
Plus one, yeah.
That's why they are 33.
Okay, wow.
Although you're turning 32. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Hey, God bless you.
You're welcome. I love you too. I always tell my friends, so anybody close to me, who I am today, what they see out there, it's all because of you. For me, even to afford this small little gift, it's all because of you, and I'm forever grateful.
No, it's a big surprise, and you know where to touch my heart. I can say, yes. Oh my.
You're
God.
welcome.
Yes. Asante sana, like.
Easy or next year. So I grew up as a son of a teacher. So there are some standards I was supposed to live as a son of a teacher. You know, those days the chief and the teacher, they were highly respected, and police officers sometimes, they were highly respected. So that's how I grew up here. But I didn't grow up as maybe a rich kid or nothing. No.
Siblings?
Yeah, I have siblings, and most of them are in these social media platforms. I have my sister. First, we have an elder sister. She's the only one who does not do YouTube and social media. Her name is Winnie. And then me, Marwa. And then I have D. Mwango. I don't know if you guys know her. Then we have my younger brother, David Jr. Yes, yes.
Growing up as a young boy, what was your dream like?
Oh, those days, to be honest, I thought I would end up being a bus driver or a police officer, or like a soldier, something like that. Like either a bus driver.
$1,300 after a year. But after that, fast pay, that's when I realized, come on, actually YouTube can stand by me, like it can be that job I really dread.
A little bit what you do in your business, maybe you're gonna find clients here.
Yeah, sure. I'm on the verge of escaping business.
Okay.
Because I've been doing it so long. So travel's my passion, but I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So I've been running a branding and web development business for over 20 years now.
Wow. Now you're coming from Canada and traveling the world. What have you learned, especially when it comes to material things? Because sometimes you're in villages like this ones here in Africa, like somewhere lost. You meet kids with no shoes, and you go in Canada, people are buying Balenciaga and all this.
Well, I'm guilty of that as well.
Yeah.
You know, like as an entrepreneur,
yes,
you start getting wealth and money.
Yeah.
I think the first thing to do is naturally buy material things.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you're somebody like me that never had it,
you want
it's like I want it.
Yeah, that's
right? I want it.
Yeah.
But through travel, you realize the most authentic people, the best people, are the people that have very little.
That's true.
Right? and the biggest lesson I've ever learned through traveling now 112 countries is like people, no matter the color, no matter what the TV says, are good people.
Yeah.
But I've learned that, man, like people, forget about media.
Yeah.
You know, the only way to really enjoy travel is what you do, what I do.
Yeah.
Get on a plane by yourself.
And just
outstep your boundaries. You're not comfortable at first.
Yeah.
Talk to locals.
Yeah.
And you'll grow as a person. You'll definitely grow up with experience.
Check Chef Matiko is also in the village. We are going to my humble abode.
Yes. More than humble, my friend. That was well worked for. You know what? Let's use one moment just to appreciate the view for a second.
Oh, damn!
Explain to people that this didn't happen overnight for you.
Damn, man!
Years of hard work.
You know, I have a video where I'm showing this land flat, saying, "I found land to build my mega mansion, my dream house." And it's here, so it means
it's reality.
You can talk things to manifest.
I believe that. I strongly believe that.
Welcome to my village here. We have people here. Everybody has arrived. They are waiting for the celebration. Which Chris bought a goat, 2 goats actually. Let's see what's going on here. Unasabia mtu akienda. Hey, you gari yako na kangu.
Guys, you have a celebration here. Kids have come. You know, it's a whole big village, you know. Look what's going on here. Courtesy of Chris. Yes, so watoto bamuri wale wako njaa. Come on. Oh my God. How are you?
So swift and powerful were these changes sparked by Marwa's influence and hard work that a group of students from the prestigious Ivy League school, Princeton, traveled to take a visit and observe for themselves.
Yes, what's your name?
Habari za mchana.
Yes.
Mimi naitwa Hadi Mkubwa.
Hadi Mkubwa.
Hadi Mkubwa.
Okay. Yes. From Washington.
Washington DC.
Okay, karibu. I've been there several times.
It's nice.
Yes, karibu sana Africa.
Asante.
Welcome to Africa.
Asante.
Yeah. Yes. You can also see there's a project here, Guinea Fall, and you can also go up to the roof. Yes.
Asante sana.
Karibu.
Thank you.
Karibu. Yes. So she say nobody's cooking.
Everybody left to make videos now.
How are you, my friend?
How are you?
Say hello to my audience here.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from the US, New Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, parents are from Ghana.
Okay.
Ghanaian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Karibu sana.
Karibu sana.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Yes.
I got a picture with you.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. I have two. Of course.
And you need to tag someone called Rema. What do you think, Rocio?
I get that a lot.
Okay, what's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew.
Naitwa Matayo.
Matayo. Yes. Hey, you're already good in Swahili.
Yeah. Kidogo.
Okay, kidogo. Welcome to Africa, my brother.
Asante.
Feel free.
Asante.
Yes.
My people are from here.
Okay.
Mama yangu na dada yangu anatoka Kenya na Nigeria.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So,
wow. Karibu uko nyumbani. I mean, you are home now. Yes.
Ndio.
Yes. Hello, my friend.
Hujambo.
Sijambo.
My name is Bijan.
Bijan. Naitwa Bijan.
Ninaitwa Bijan.
Yes. Kutoka wapi? Where are you from?
Ninatoka Amerikani, but my family grew up in Kenya.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's good to be back.
Wow,
Yeah.
Karibu sana.
Thank you. You have a beautiful house.
Thank you, my brother.
It's like you built it in Los Angeles and then you just dropped it here.
Yeah, I went there, I looked, I said, we can do it home.
Yeah.
The kid, I used to sell these pigeons and kind of make a living out of it when I was a young kid, because I didn't grow up like rich. So I would keep pigeons and I would sell one and get my shoes.
You read and
It's what you were expecting.
now that we are able to tell our stories orally, sometimes without even ever learning to read and write, should we change the definition of what literacy is? Because through this oral transmission of media, the African story is being told, and sometimes even in African languages. I joke, one way that our countries are going to, or our people are going to transform themselves, is being able to tell their story. And this story is not one story, it's a multiplicity of stories.
Wow. Yeah, so welcome.
Welcome.
Yes. Feel much welcomed. Yeah.
Welcome, guys.
You're welcome.
There's somewhere. This is not my dog, but when I travel, it is here. He was my boss dog. Yes, it's the Congolese name to mean the country boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it moved to Mayubi.
Yes.
So guys, here we are. This is Mayugno's place. In 2023, January, last year, January, Mayugno had nothing. Because, but what I'm trying to say is it's come very fast. Like it's kind of like a miracle, and all this through YouTube, guys. Yes. Maybe if somebody's doubting how much money we make, maybe in private I can show you. Yes, because sometimes other people say, is it really YouTube? You know? Yes. So something like that. So here's Mayugno. He used to be my mason. He used to build that house we just came from. And they came very many of them working there, close to 60, but he's the only one who made it out of that.
And something funny about him is he didn't speak English. Can you imagine somebody telling you open a YouTube channel and speak maybe like Italian, and you have no idea what Italian is? But through his broken English, he was able to make where we are. He's still going on. So this is where we are. And also this is part of him. He started with a small house on the other side. Now this one, and now going this one. Yes, I can't wait for this villa to be complete. It's supposed to be. It will be like a sister or a brother to the other villa. Yes. Okay guys, now we can move on to, we're gonna walk this way and we'll just point. Like now Uncle Mo's home is right there. So we will pass by, we show you, I'll also show you my home. Not where I was born, but the first home I told you I was building for my parents. As we pass, then we finish right here at his home. Yes, even there's another home being built here. You see like an A house. Maybe you'll see it. That is also YouTube. Yes. The lady came to the party here from Ireland, and she never left. She's here. Yes. All right, let's pray. Father, thank you. Thank you so much for the visitors. Thank you for the long journeys that they have taken to be here. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the village. Thank you for the professor who organized this. Thank you also for the school that let their students come and visit us. At the same time, as they have more days in Kenya and also along the way, be with them, God, guide them through, give them safe travels wherever they go, and also leave us with grace here. We pray in God's name.
I hope you enjoyed all that information that was shared about Marwa and Nyabohanse. Say you did. Come on. I thought it was a good and proper introduction myself. Well, here are some other people you'll likely bump into in Nyabohanse.
You're my angel, you're my shadow, you're my everything you know in my life. You're my brother, you're my hero, you're my guardian angel in my life. You make me smile when I'm looking to your face. Let me sing for you, let me play for you. Yeah, when I'm looking to you, you give me energy. I wanna fight for you, I'm gonna die for ya.
Well, do stop by and show the folks from Nyabohanse some love and subscribe. Every day is a new adventure that might actually liven up your day too. The people and stories from Nyabohanse have attracted a lot of visitors, and the I Am Marwa family is growing every day. There has been an outpouring of care that has been showered on the village of Nyabohanse, a village that theretofore offered its residents very limited opportunities.
I am meeting a guy that my entire family adores. We think of Marwa as a guy who's championing his village causes. He's showing the techniques of all African gentlemen who can design and create and bring about a beautiful villa like this.
How do you feel meeting African brothers, man?
Man, I'm home.
Yeah.
I am 100% home.
Okay.
And I am so welcome here by every single person.
Yeah. Yes.
Wherever you are.
Cecil.
Cecil.
The guy you met yesterday, man.
May God bless him.
Ulu
And
ulikutana naye
may God
jana.
plan.
What's the name of your YouTube channel now that you've opened?
Okay, I am _Trenchtown Boy.
Trenchtown Boy.
Right.
So for those guys who don't know, Trenchtown is actually a place in Jamaica, in Kingston.
Jamaica, and then the wife is also Jamaican, but now they live in the US. They have changed the entire village. They are sponsoring kids. They brought a lot of bags, like 80 bags, just, you know, these backpacks for the kids. A lot of items, camera.
Thank you so much. Yes. Cecil? Thank you so much.
Like my mom today received a GoPro.
I was the one who introduced her.
Introduced him.
My sister introduced me. Sonia introduced me to your channel.
Wow.
And then I introduced my wife. And listen, all her time now is consumed. She don't even want to cook no more.
Oh.
Yeah.
She watches the video.
Yeah, so you need to tell her
Yeah.
that you don't want any problems in the house, so she needs to cook and then watch your video.
Oh. Yes, congrats, mom.
We got
Yeah.
This is for Cha-Cha.
It's a moments that my brother here, Jungle Legacy living.
Mr. Daniel.
The
jungle.
Yes. And we have my brother Daniel here. They have worked out to come up with this really nice piece of merchandise that we plan to be selling. So we're gonna have a website. That's what you've decided, John.
Look, that's my married name.
Okay.
Yes. Nkada. Nkada.
Yes, size. I know you brought me very nice present. Today is an abnormal day. I call it abnormal because honestly, I've received many gifts in my compound, starting with this cement which just arrived from Mr. Robert. Mr. Robert, right?
Mr. Robert.
First, I want to say, Mr. Robert, thank you so much for sending me this cement. There were 5 bags of cement, and they came directly from Village Grandpa.
Village Grandpa. And the Village Grandpa, he added 1.
Yes, he added 1, so they became 6.
Yes.
That's why you see there are 3.
There are 3.
Thank you. This is Gitrio.
It's a bless. You know, boss, this is a bless. We don't stop a bless because bless when you're coming, you don't know you come from where. Maybe going to plan days come like this, we don't stop everything.
Yes, guys, today is a big day from Villa Medellin here.
Yes.
And even see here, I am together with Marwa here.
Yes.
Marwa.
Yes.
I don't know what can you say, but
yeah,
it is a big surprise from France.
Okay.
From one support.
Yes.
Supporting me to buy land.
Yes.
I remember. You remember?
Yes, I remember him.
So you say I want to send you something to buy 50 package of cement.
Okay.
For special for Marwa.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys, one of you actually decided to surprise us. He's also supporting Gitiriba, but we'll never mention his name for privacy reasons. And today he decided to surprise me with 50 bags. That guy that just left here has dropped, let's see, Gitiriba. Okay, yes. Has dropped, wow, guys.
So the big surprise from France is here, Marwa.
Wow.
Yes.
Guys, look at this. These are 50 bags of 50 kg of cement.
Yes.
And you can see here we call it Simba cement. So I'm receiving this gift, and my God, double where you're getting your, how can I say? I want to use it the best word, not money, but your blessing from. Yes, may God double you. And also, thank you, Gitiriba, for being an honest man. That somebody decided to use you to surprise me, and you presented
the drought of Marwa and Nyabohanse has created a world community.
From Nokia 23 on YouTube.
Okay, this guy has been eating sugarcane for the last 2 days.
I'm back home. I haven't been back home for 27 years.
Wow,
it's been a long time.
How does it feel being back?
Man, it feels.
So you're originally from Kenya?
I'm originally from Somalia.
Okay, from Somalia.
Born there, but we left.
What's the appeal to this community?
In Kenya.
That's why I love Kenya, for real.
Yeah.
And then we went to America for 27 years. Now I'm old, grown.
Yeah.
I'm back.
You call yourself the village boy. The village boy. I'm purely a village boy. I would say that from the village to the startup. Yeah.
How does it feel like being a YouTuber and then your people out there who know who you are? How does it feel like?
To be very honest, like people who really we grew up with together, they still don't believe it. Like they still don't believe like what I'm doing. Like they see it as like maybe magic or most of them don't believe it. Like
She's African American.
Yeah.
So she's Black American.
Yeah. So your first time in Africa.
Yeah, she's never seen Africa before. So.
Yeah. Even meeting too many black people at once.
Yeah,
like
she's surprised. She's like, wow, everybody's black here.
Yeah.
I love it though. The energy, everybody's so welcoming.
Lovely. That's all we received
It's so
when we
crazy
came.
seeing you because we literally watch you every day.
Whatever it is, people have come from far and wide, and even locally, to offer their support to this community.
Guys, Mayugono just received his first laptop.
Yes.
He doesn't even know how to operate, but he's super excited.
He will learn.
And even his worst part, he has told the entire village. Everybody's looking here. Look. Mayugono, careful, there is ballast, Mayugono.
You know, him and his team fainted.
His team?
Yeah, all his team. All 4 guys were there. They all fainted on the ground. That's a solid team, man.
This is Mayugono. Mayugono, let's go. We see the
Let's
cow.
go see your present to the big boss.
Yeah. Guys.
I'm happy to sit.
Now Mayugono calls himself Swat. Because my brother here gifted him.
Yeah. So now I look like a Van Damme, my boss.
Van Damme.
Like a Van Damme predator. So now guys, we have here my boss.
Yes, I'm here, guys.
Finally, my boss, we're going to get an amazing gift.
Yes.
From yesterday, boss is tired
This
for
is one of the
something.
things I was thinking to give you too, but you're going to beat me to it.
Okay. Guys, I'm receiving a gift here from Mayugono.
From the mom, we're calling Nala Johnny.
Nala Johnny.
Yeah, Nala Johnny Jan.
Okay. Nala, let's say Nala.
Nala.
Madam
From
Nala.
Madam Nala.
Yes.
And I have a YouTube channel also. Calling Nala Jan.
Okay. You know, me, I'm feeling cold. You guys are walking like with no sweaters. Because you're coming from yeah. Is the Wi-Fi working here?
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing.
And then the guys hooked us up with
that
network right there.
Yeah, the router, guys. We have oh my God,
right here,
what is this?
We just brought random things for you guys
Wow,
to share with
wow,
everybody
wow,
else, or
wow.
keep, or give away.
We shall see how to share.
So we brought some things.
You can open this.
So this is the first thing. I brought a camcorder.
Wow,
So the one that needs one, maybe you'll find out. See it? There's your manual right there.
Wow.
Say something.
For coming to see us, and thank you for the cake. God bless you, the YouTubers. Thank you for your wonderful work that you have done. As we eat this cake, may God bless you. This is hospitality. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, she's the best packer ever.
Yes. I'm like, I gotta give the village all the gifts.
Yes.
Like, we've been so excited for months.
Wow, it's a camera.
That's a soldier.
Oh.
We're catching it in 3, 2, 1. Nikisema kata, unasema kata. Sawa? Yes. 3, 2, 1. Kata. 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 Usiogope.
Back to you.
Yes.
You know, I was actually giving you time to open.
Yeah, it's here already.
Yes. So the name is
YD Live TV. D Live TV.
D Live TV.
TV, yes.
D Live TV.
Yeah.
He's the one who donated how many liters?
These are 80 liters.
80.
Yeah,
80 liters. That is 80 liters, guys. Because one
As
is 10 and we
soon
have
as
1,
his
2,
villa
3,
that was
4,
still under
5,
construction
6, 7,
had space
8.
enough to accommodate
we've
guests,
confirmed,
Marwa threw a month-long party to thank his supporters and to introduce them to Villa Medellin.
Because yeah, it's a blessing.
Yes.
It's a big one. How should I cut it?
Cut with the knife twice, then you cut.
You may teach him how.
Then you cut it in the middle.
Okay, guys.
Yes.
Okay. That's still big? So
Yes.
we can do it here?
You just cut it with the mouth size, yeah?
Okay.
You look at the mouth size, then you cut it. Okay. That can be okay.
Yeah.
So what Marwa is doing right now is feeding his mom. Congrats, mom. 1, 2, 3, let's say congrats, mom. peace is the better half. 3, 2, 1, girlfriend, it's going to the girlfriend. Wanajua kupima keki ama hajui? Wanajua hajui? Anajua. Verified. Mupamane. Yeah, now it's congrats man giving out the cake. In 3, 2, 1, kata keki wote ugali. Kata keki. Kata keki. Kata keki. Kata. Oh. The love of a mother to a son. Able to happy makofi bwana.
Marwa decided upon a 1-month-long party in the month of his birth, November, to accommodate over 3,000 people who actually attended from all over the world, allowing them to come and go as there would be a party with music every night, courtesy of One Drop Entertainment.
Yes. Life in progress. Life in progress. Yes. Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of I Am Marwa fans across the globe. My passion for Africa art, resources, culture, and heritage got to another level there at I Am Marwa Village Villa. All the excited people there and the energy around there was just priceless. And for me, meeting I Am Marwa, an inspiring son of Africa, and his great vision of his village and Africa. Also meeting the amazing diverse people of all walks of life with a passion to showcase their skill was simply mind-blowing. The first Nyabohanse festival at the only village villa in the world offered an international culture of participants. I am Marwa. We are Marwa. We shared those special moments at the Villa Festival, spanning great participation and enthusiasm filled with so much energy and thrive in this part of the Africa continent, which is at the border of Kenya and Tanzania, a village called Nyabohanse.
DJ, rest in peace.
Look, I found an architectural rendering of possible final looks for Villa Medellin upon its completion. Here, have a look. Marwa continues to build and support as time passes on, creating changes such as new life and the passing on of some wonderful beings that once felt at home at Villa Medellin. These changes continue to impact the outlook on Nyabohanse, but the miraculous changes to village life brought about by the Travel Commando continue their positive impact on the people around him.
Right. So allow me guys to produce this video, and I'm on my own tours. I'm on my tour, and I'm still enjoying my tours, and I'm thankful to God for the chance that God has given me. And I want to base my story from this guy, I Am Marwa. I'll never get tired of mentioning his name because he is the one that made me to skyrocket to where I am by the grace of God, you know. And I don't come from Nyabohanse. I come from a village, actually unknown village, Embu. Nobody knows my village, okay? And I'm working forward, and I'm looking forward to the day that I'm gonna be having my own space whereby I'll be able to create my own village and make it as famous as Nyabohanse. Marwa has put Nyabohanse into a worldwide globe, like in a global market whereby everybody, or like, let's say like it's a well-known village because of him, the travel commando. And I would say he's this kind of a guy who went out there and he was taught how to fish. And he came back to the same village, and he decided to teach everybody who is there how to fish. When I went that village, Marwa didn't know Mawira. I was unknown. I won't lie. I was this kind of a person. Ooh, the sun is so nice, man. I'm here. It's just something else. I went there and as an unknown person, and he gave me a chance to be in his compound, and from there I grew and I grew. Because we are all of us looking up to that village. Nyabohanse is the village that we all used to look up to and always admire to go there.
This is only Mawira. Hope you'll stop by and say hello to him. He chose to send a message to all the individuals who have benefited from their time in Nyabohanse. Check out his channel to hear this poignant message and to enjoy some incredible travel footage. Really, it's pretty good. And his music.
Imagine how many souls have been saved, how many people have been of benefit because of that village. I benefited from Nyabohanse. I am a beneficiary of Nyabohanse. Guys.
I'm in New York, and I've even run into one of my cousins who lives in Florida in an online live chat from a YouTuber in Nyabohanse. See? Marie and Mello, look at them. Check her out. She has some pretty cool content. In another world, though, Jamaica was my go-to place. A stressful week this week, Jamaica next week. I loved going up to the mountains, the cool morning air, just the smell of burnt wood when you got off the plane. It's a distinctive smell that has changed now, but it was my place. And I think Marwa's charisma pulled me in. Something about him was very relatable. As it turns out, we're both from Seventh-day Adventist household and upbringing. And Congrats Mom reminds me so very much of my own dear departed mother. I suspect that tuning into Nyabohanse just felt like going home. I tell you what, geez, I even had my special people singing cut up cake and serving the cake Kenyan style on my last birthday, which well turned into a cake fight. But hey, we keep adding our own personal touch, right? But whatever this magic is, I have hope that people in other communities can do the same. Create a certain je ne sais quoi for our own neighbors and neighborhood. And heckity peck for our country. Have you seen what the orange man has been up to?
That you cannot have a functioning democracy. You cannot have a free flow of information. You cannot have the pursuit of truth without an independent press. A press not intimidated by presidents of the United States. Mr. Trump has sued ABC and received a $15 million settlement. He has sued Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, and received a $25 million settlement. He has sued CBS and its parent company Paramount and is right now in negotiations over a settlement. He has sued the Des Moines Register for a poll results that he didn't like.
Totally unbelievable.
And his FCC is now threatening to investigate
the Orange Man.
PBS and NPR, major news outlets in our country.
PBS and NPR are the two places
in other words,
knew you could go to get
we
the real
have a
truth.
president of the United States who is using his incredible power and the power of his agencies to go after media in this country who are saying and doing things he does not like. How are we going to have an independent media? Do we stand with Lincoln's vision of America, or do we sit idly by and allow this country to move into a new vision, and that is a government of the billionaire class, by the billionaire class, for the billionaire class. The reality is that today we are moving rapidly under President Trump toward authoritarianism, more and more power resting in fewer and fewer hands.
What Senator Sanders calls authoritarian scares me because it feels like we're heading into a police state where America, known as the land of the free, will be under lockdown at the will of a few people. The School for the Deaf are concerned that anyone without ID on their person can be picked up at any time by the immigration. So they're teaching their students to make sure they have their ID available. Anyone can be picked up. A U.S. citizen, someone born here, anyone who doesn't have their ID on them, they're suddenly a target.
Says he realized the impact of not having any identification.
I had no social, I had no ID, no birth certificate. I ain't had nothing.
With Michelle Suazo's help, he says he was able to get his birth certificate and social security card. But he says the hardest part was trying to get his driver's license.
It took me 15 times. 15. Yeah, I was on the tip like I ain't even want it.
Suazo says he isn't the only one who kept failing the written exam. She realized many people who would go to the Motor Vehicle Administration to take the test for their learner's permit were failing. Why? Because they couldn't read or comprehend the test.
If there is such a need for, for the test to be read so that we can have legal drivers, then we need to do something about it. And of course, starting with education, that's really the base.
Johnson says when the Food Project partnered with the MVA and the Franciscan Center to bring testing to the community, he was finally able to pass the test.
Once I got my license, it was up. That was like the happiest day of my life.
Bobby Jones says he wanted a license for the longest, but never took the test. He got his first driver's license at 35. He says because the test was read to him and he was able to ask questions and get direct help, he passed the first time.
It was a blessing. It was a blessing. Me personally, I don't like driving without no license.
But driver's license aren't the only thing that people are missing. Suazo says the Food Project has been trying to help people get all forms of identification they need, and at little to no cost to them.
They can take the learner's permit test. They can put in process if they're missing their social security card, but if they can't afford the cost for an ID, then the Franciscan Center can give them a voucher.
In February, almost 150 people were able to get their learner's permit, and 30 others were able to get other forms of ID at the Food Project.
Elon Musk, the wealthiest man
and why
on the
is
planet,
Musk even involved? He
is
wasn't
attempting
elected to
to
office.
dismantle major agencies of the federal government which are designed to protect the needs of working families and the disadvantaged. What Mr. Musk is doing is patently illegal and unconstitutional and must be ended. It is the time to ask a
What
very,
do
very
you
simple
think?
question.
Comment
Something I think
below.
that is on the minds of millions of Americans. What do Mr. Musk, Mr. Trump, and their fellow billionaires really want?
Good question.
No, it's not really taking over Greenland, the Panama Canal, all that stuff. The real question is, what is their end game? What is their goal? What are they striving for? And in my view, the answer really is not complicated. It is not novel. It is not new. It is, in fact, exactly what ruling classes throughout history have always wanted and have always believed to be their right. And that is more power for themselves, more control for themselves, and more wealth for themselves. And in their pursuit of more power, more control, and more wealth, they are determined to not allow democracy and the rule
When you
of law
start speaking about
get
salaries on
in
the
their
order
way.
of billions of dollars, that is when the base, the dollar, actually loses its value. Instead of being a precious earning that you can take to feed your family, travel, or build a dream house, it becomes like a grain of sand to spread carelessly in the breeze. After you've done all the fun things you can do with those billions, what's left to do but kidnap one of the so-called greatest countries in the world?
For Mr. Musk and his fellow oligarchs, the needs, the concerns, the pain, the ideas, the dreams of ordinary people are simply an impediment to what they, the oligarchs, are entitled to.
It was a gradual process. First, there were some kids who didn't greet you anymore, but it was so gradual that you accepted, or not accepted, but try to ignore these early manifestations of a change of ideology into evil.
Everything was fine until, I don't know, I was maybe 3 or 4. One of the kids that I played with called me a dirty Jew and beat me up. So after that, I stopped going to play in the courtyard.
Saul Messenger's parents, like thousands of other Polish Jews, had emigrated to Germany, hoping to escape poverty and anti-Semitism. They settled in Berlin, which had been one of the most tolerant cities in Europe.
And that's how it began for many immigrants to America. The question is, where will it end under the rule of the Orange Man and his
Hi, everybody.
pals?
One of the remarkable things about America is that nearly all of our families originally came from someplace else. We're a nation of immigrants. It's a source of our strength and something we can all take pride in. And this month, Immigrant Heritage Month, is a chance to share our American stories. I think about my grandparents in Kansas, where they met and where my mom was born. Their family tree reaches back to England and Ireland and elsewhere. They lived and raised me by basic values, working hard, giving back, and treating others the way you want to be treated. I think of growing up in Hawaii, a place enriched by people of different backgrounds, Native Hawaiian, Filipino, Japanese, Chinese, Portuguese, and just about everything else. Growing up in that vibrant mix helped shape who I am today. And while my father was not an immigrant himself, my own life journey as an African American and the heritage shared by Michelle and our daughters, some of whose ancestors came here and changed, has made our family who we are. This month, I'm inviting you to share your story too. Just visit whitehouse.gov/New Americans. We want to hear how you or your family made it to America, whether you're an immigrant yourself or your great-great-grandparents were. Of course, we can't just celebrate this heritage. We have to defend it by fixing our broken immigration system. Nearly 2 years ago, Democrats and Republicans in the Senate came together to do that. They passed a common-sense bill to secure our border, get rid of backlogs, and give undocumented immigrants who are already living here a pathway to citizenship if they paid a fine, paid their taxes, and went to the back of the line. But for nearly 2 years, Republican leaders in the House have refused to even allow a vote on it. That's why, in the meantime, I'm going to keep doing everything I can to make our immigration system more just and more fair. Last fall, I took action to provide more resources for border security, focus enforcement on the real threats to our security, modernize the legal immigration system for workers, employers, and students, and bring more undocumented immigrants out of the shadows so they can get right with the law. Some folks are still fighting against these actions. I'm going to keep fighting for them. Because the law is on our side, it's the right thing to do, and it will make America stronger. I want us to remember people like Anne Dermody from Alexandria, Virginia. She's originally from Ireland and has lived in America legally for years. She worked hard, played by the rules, and dreamed of becoming a citizen. In March, her dream came true. And before taking the oath, she wrote me a letter. The papers we receive will not change our different accents or skin tones, Anne said, but for that day at least, we'll feel like we have arrived. Well, to Anne and immigrants like her who have come to our shores seeking a better life, yes, you have arrived. And by sharing our stories and staying true to our heritage as a nation of immigrants, we can keep that dream alive for generations to come. Thanks.
Donald Trump declared illegal immigration a national emergency. He promised to follow up on a key campaign promise and deport millions of undocumented immigrants. Lawyers say migrants facing deportation are entitled to due process.
You are issued a charging document which begins a proceeding against you when you can apply for asylum or otherwise defend your right to be in the United States. It's possible that somebody is deported within hours or days of being taken into custody under Trump's latest policy.
Since January 21st, federal authorities have arrested over 8,200 people and requested help from other enforcement agencies. The administration has also expanded the use of fast-track deportation, which allows immigration officers to remove undocumented migrants without a court hearing. The administration is using a military base at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, to detain certain undocumented migrants.
Recently deported Indians have come forward with harrowing account of their journey back from the US, describing the ordeal of being handcuffed, legs chained, and struggling to use the washroom for nearly 40 hours. Among the 104 Indians deported, they reveal the inhumane treatment they faced, shedding light on the brutal realities of immigration enforcement. Here is what they said.
ਮੇਰਾ ਨਾਮ ਹਰਵਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੈ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 2 ਫਰਵਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੱਢ ਲਿਆ ਤੋਂ ਕਮਰੇ 'ਚੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥ ਕੜੀਆਂ ਲਾਈਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ ਨੇ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੈਂਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਡਿਪੋਰਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਵਾ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੈਂਪ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਆ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬੱਸਾਂ 'ਚ ਬਿਠਾ ਲਿਆ, ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥ ਕੜੀਆਂ ਲਾਈਆਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਪੈਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਤੇ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਹਾਜ਼ 에ਅਰਪੋਰਟ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਗਏ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਹਾਜ਼ 'ਚ ਬੈਠੇ ਤੇ ਉਦੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 2 ਥਾਂ ਸਟੇ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੀ, 2 ਥਾਂ ਸਟੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 40 ਘੰਟੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਲੱਗੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ ਤੱਕ ਆਉਣ ਤੱਕ ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਘੜੀਆਂ ਖੋਲੀਆਂ। ਪਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਜਹਾਜ਼ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਟੌਰਚਰ ਆਈ, ਜੋ ਵੀ ਬਾਥਰੂਮ ਜਾਣਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੱਥ ਘੜੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਖਾਣਾ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹੱਥ ਘੜੀਆਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਖੋਲਣੀਆਂ। ਅਸੀਂ ਮਜਬੂਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਖਾਣਾ ਤੇ ਬੜੀ ਤੰਗ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਖਾਣਾ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤੰਗ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ।
And we only wanted a better future for our children, and now we are left with debt and heartbreak.
The first time we've had people deported. It's just that the media has suddenly woken up to the story because Mr. Trump has done it perhaps a bit quicker than people expected. But already last year, under the Biden administration, we had over 1,100 Indians being deported back. If you're illegally in the US has a right to deport you. And if your identity as an Indian is confirmed, then India has an obligation to accept you. So in both cases, there really isn't very much debate. However, it wasn't good to hear that they were brought back forcibly in a military plane and handcuffed and so on. That was quite unnecessary. It should have been enough to either put them on a commercial aircraft or a civilian plane and send them back. And you can, if you want to do a mass deportation, do civilian charters. That would have been the more humane thing to do. They may, strictly speaking, have broken your laws by coming into your country, but by and large they have no bad intentions. They're not criminals, they're not convicted of anything else. They're there to make a better life for themselves, which they have done by violating your laws, so you can send them out, no problem. But handcuffing them and putting them in a military aircraft and sending them in this way, I think India should say that this is not entirely advisable.
The president says he is looking to eliminate wasteful spending in the federal government. But that may be at odds with what he's doing to keep another campaign promise.
Jason Allen has been investigating what it's costing American taxpayers to deport immigrants who are in the country illegally.
This group was going to Ecuador. 2 days later, Border Patrol and the Army allowed us onto the base for a closer look at another full flight, this time going to Guatemala. Some of the migrants on board traveled for months to get to the U.S. They would return to Central America in 5 hours. It's a move former acting Immigration and Customs Enforcement Director John Sandwig told us was unprecedented.
We never use the military aircraft. I mean, ICE is funded by Congress for up to $1 billion annually for transportation.
CBS News found a single flight on a C-17 can run more than $28,000 per hour. That's more than 3 times what ICE pays on average for its normal charter flights on regular passenger aircraft. So the flight we saw headed to Guatemala cost nearly $300,000. One of at least 15 military flights so far landed in India with a round-trip cost of more than $1 million.
This mindset, where there's a basic disregard for humans and humanity, reminds me of another time and place.
Slavery, the treatment of human beings as property, deprived of personal rights, has occurred in many forms throughout the world. But one institution stands out for both its global scale and its lasting legacy.
The millions of migrants that Trump wants to deport are a key source of labor in the United States, particularly in the agriculture industry.
We want a secure border, but we also understand that immigrant labor is important to agriculture.
There are plenty of people who would be willing to come here lawfully and do the work.
Here's a look at how Trump's immigration plans could upend agriculture in the U.S. About 2/3 of the nation's crop farm workers are immigrants, and roughly 42% of them are not legally authorized to work in the U.S., according to the Department of Agriculture.
Workers don't even ask if the food is going to go into a Republican or Democratic home. They just work to feed us.
Teresa Romero is the president of the labor union United Farm Workers. She says migrants often perform some of the most challenging and unappealing jobs in agriculture.
This is a work that is demanding, that is dangerous, that is very physical. There's long hours. Their workers are dying.
Too often the phrase, oh, these are jobs Americans won't do, is thrown around. Frankly, it's rather untrue and insulting.
Laura Reese leads the Border Security and Immigration Center. Removing migrants, like Trump has proposed, could significantly disrupt the food supply chain. Consider the meatpacking industry. As of 2023, immigrants made up more than 40% of all of its labor, and half of those workers were not legally authorized to work in the U.S.
Our labor situation is already in a tough spot in agriculture.
Russell Baining is the president of the Texas Farm Bureau, which advocates for farmers and ranchers across the state.
If those type of products aren't produced in this country and the American consumer wants them, then they're going to have to come from somewhere else.
We are going to import our foods. And what is Trump saying about imports? Tariff.
Currently is a legal pathway for farmers to hire migrant labor. It's called the H-2A Temporary Agricultural Worker Program. Through this, migrants can be brought to the U.S. to meet agricultural needs. Demand for H-2A workers soared by nearly 65% between 2017 and 2022, underscoring agriculture's reliance on migrants for labor.
Plenty of other agricultural workers have followed the law. So why should we give a benefit to the person who has not followed the law, not taken advantage of that program year after year after year?
But here's the catch. The H-2A program doesn't really work for every industry since it's seasonal. So farms that take care of livestock year-round can't benefit from the program.
We hope we can get a balance and work with the administration to expand the H-2A program where the guest workers come in, but they can work in any type of industry, part of agriculture that's basically year-round.
But this proposition concerns farm unions.
One of the problems is that they also want to expand it to year-round and lower the salaries of these workers, which will affect workers who have been working for 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
And that is really what they believe. They are entitled to all of the wealth and the power they have, and they are determined to stop anyone who gets in their way that they want. Despite the incredible wealth that they currently have, they want more and more and more. Their greed has no end. Today, Mr. Musk is worth $402 billion. Mr. Zuckerberg is worth $252 billion, and Mr. Bezos is worth $249 billion. With combined wealth of $903 billion, these three people own more wealth than the bottom half of American society, 170 million Americans. And not surprisingly, since Trump was elected, their wealth has soared. Musk has become $138 billion richer, Zuckerberg has become $49 billion richer, and Bezos has become $28 billion richer since Election Day in November. Meanwhile, Mr. President, while the very rich become much richer, 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 85 million Americans are uninsured or underinsured in terms of health care. 25% of our seniors in this country are trying to survive on $15,000 a year or less. 800,000 Americans are homeless, and we have the highest rate of childhood poverty of almost any major country on earth. Here in the United States, mark my words, if we do not stop them, they will soon be going after the health care, nutrition, housing, and educational programs that protect the most vulnerable people in our country, all so that they can raise the money they need to provide huge tax breaks for themselves and for other billionaires.
Ooh, that got heavy really fast. You know, I don't really dabble in politics. Yes, I know I should. But when Mr. Says It As It Is Saunders popped up on my feed and was paying, well, I wasn't paying attention. It was just playing in the background. Then I started tuning in. I thought, you know what? I have to share this. I have to share what he says. He sums up the current situation that the American community, both here and abroad, are facing. And, you know, it also speaks to the challenges that are being faced in the beautiful, miraculous village of Nyabohanse. And in some, it's what our community here in Hollis is facing today. And as Alexandra noted, it seems that the developers are being allowed to do whatever they want, and the residents just have to sit back and take it. It definitely also takes into consideration what is happening here at the Ketchum House today, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk more about that in the future. But at the end of the day, the question becomes, do we sit back and let these things happen to us? Or do we stand up like people like only Mawida have done, let our hair down and dare to speak out? Do we support the people who are speaking out? I believe the power is with us if we don't bargain with those who want to take the power away from us. Oh boy, that really got heavy. Oh, that was me stepping off of my soapbox. Forgive, okay? Forgive. Well, in our last presentation, I gave you all the greenery in the world. And now we have snow. And I thought, why not share the snowy scene? So I went outside a couple of days ago, snap, snap, snap. And here you have the beautiful winter wonderland that is our yard when it snows. I love it. I love it. I started this YouTube channel because I wanted to share my mother's story far and wide. I mean, I wanted everyone to have Sylvia on their lips because I think what's happening to her and her legacy is just unconscionable. And I just want you to know what an amazing, amazing human being she was. So please subscribe and please share. Share with your family, share with your friends. Subscribe and watch. I think my dream of getting my mother's story out there will become a true reality. Benjamin, I hope this was long enough for you to enjoy your glass of wine this time. All right, so I shared a ton load of information about Nyabohanse, and now it's time for the quiz. You thought it was just about sitting back and watching, right? No, there's a quiz. Come on, here we go. Have you noticed something interesting about Marwa? Is there something you have noticed about Marwa in every single clip? If so, what is that? And why do you suppose that situation exists? Second question is, what does Mayugano do to indicate that he's really happy about something? He's really pleased. What does Mayugano do to tell the world, oh my gosh, you've touched my heart? Okay, I'm going to make this one the last question. How do you know that you're attending a wedding in present-day Nyabohanse? How do you know that you're attending a wedding in present-day Nyabohanse? Good luck with that one. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me in this presentation. I look forward to having you return again and again. I will be sharing about all the things that go through my mind. Genealogy, Jamaica, history, culture, community. By the way, here's something interesting. When I was doing the genealogy tree for my aunt, beautiful Iris Dunkley, have a look. That's her at 101. She just passed away at 102 last September. 102. Didn't sound like she was 102. Well, when I knew her all my life as Iris Dunkley before she married my father's brother. Everybody knew her as Iris Dunkley. But then I sat down a few years ago with her and I was doing her family tree. I convinced her. I said, let's do this. And she was like, yeah, let's do it. And she told me, but when I found her birth certificate and saw Garvey on it, she said, yes, my original name is Iris Garvey. And would you know, she turns out to be the grandniece of Marcus Garvey. Now, if you don't know who Marcus Garvey is, look it up. Aunt Iris is Marcus Garvey's grandniece. Amazing stuff. I look forward to sharing more about the history of Hollis, the history of the Ketchum House, family history. And if there's anyone out there who'd like me to take a look at their family tree, I'm more than happy. Just hit me up. Have you found anybody interesting in your family tree? Let me know below. Anyway, please do the do. Like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Hasta la próxima.